back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Next week, the U.S. Supreme Court hears a case about religion in the workplace. A former mail carrier suing the Postal Service over having to take Sunday shifts. Reaction from Rachel Lasser with American United for separation of church and state.
This case opens the floodgates to every employee in the workforce being forced to carry the burden of someone else's religious practices, whether it's in a pharmacy context, asking to not fill birth control prescriptions, or in a workplace, asking to have the right to discriminate against LGBTQ people.
Due in court, a man charged with killing tech executive Bob Lee in San Francisco. Turns out it may not have been a random attack.
San Francisco Police Chief William Scott says 38-year-old Nima Momeni was charged with murder. According to his LinkedIn profile, Momeni was a tech entrepreneur who worked for Expand IT. The chief says Lee and his suspected killer were not strangers.
We can confirm that Mr. Lee and Mr. Momeni knew each other.
Sources say Lee had 2 stab wounds in his upper chest. San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins says Momeni is being charged with murder, including a special enhancement for alleging the murder was committed with a knife.
ABC's Cornell Bernard in San Francisco. U.S. Border Patrol agents are being redeployed to handle an influx of migrants around El Paso, Texas. Migrant encounters up 10% since February. This is ABC News.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
I'm Derek Dennis.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
You're listening to WCAB. I'm Kevin Pleasant here in the Blue Room taking a look at your weather forecast. Expect today to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and some isolated storms. Highs reaching about 72, wind gust up to 15 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 30%. And then overnight tonight, partly cloudy with scattered showers and some isolated storms. Lows around 56, chance of precipitation 50%. This has been your weather forecast. Keep it tuned in to 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherford.
Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
That's right. Good morning. Thanks so much, Cameron, for that intro. Cameron did a good job on that.
He absolutely did.
He did a good job on it. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to All Things Rutherford right here. We're broadcasting on YouTube, www.wcab59.com. Click listen. Click listen live and bring us to you here in the Blue Room. Got a lot of death announcements. We're going to go ahead and get to those. Kay Hensley Davis, age 60, of Union Mills, passed away Wednesday. Family will be receiving friends today. Funeral services will be tomorrow. McMahon's Funeral Home, serving the family of Kay Hensley Davis. Debbie McKinney Skipper, age 73, of Cliffside, passed away Tuesday. Visitation will be held Sunday. Funeral services will be held Sunday at 10 a.m. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside in charge of the arrangements for Debbie McKinney Skipper. Richard Arthur Dick McCallum passed away Friday, April the 7th. Funeral services will be held today at 11 a.m. Those are for arrangements for Richard Arthur Dick McCallum. Betty Jones Cowton passed away April the 9th. Funeral services will be held today at Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Paget and King Mortuary serving the family of Betty Jones Cowton. Marvin Martin, age 67, of Forest City, passed away April the 7th. Funeral services will be held today at 3 p.m. McMahon's Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Marvin Martin. Bryant Bird Green, age 52, of Forest City, passed away Tuesday. Funeral services will be held today. Harrelson Funeral Home, entrusted with the arrangements for Bryant Bird Green. Larry Kent Ross, age 62, passed away Monday, April the 10th. Funeral services will be held tomorrow at 1 p.m. Crow's Mortuary, serving the family of Larry Kent Ross. Ronald Leon Bowen, Sr., age 65, passed away Sunday, April the 9th. Visitation will be tomorrow from 4 until 6. Robert Morgan Funeral Home, serving the family of Ronald Leon Bowen, Sr. Bailey Gillespie, age 93, of Spindale, passed away Tuesday, April the 11th. Funeral services will be held Monday. Crow's Mortuary, serving the family of Bailey Gillespie. Brenda Sue Boyder, age 77, of Forest City, passed away April 2nd. Funeral services will be held Monday, April 24th. Paget and King Mortuary, serving the family of Brenda Sue Boyder. Linda Diane Spicer Cooper, age 69, of Gaffney, passed away Tuesday, April the 4th. The family will announce a memorial service at a later date. Eggers Funeral Home, serving the family of Linda Cooper. Cindy Dobbins, age 65, passed away Tuesday, April the 11th. Celebration of life will be held later. Harrelson Funeral Home, serving the family of Cindy Dobbins. James Irvin, age 71, passed away April the 12th. Services will be announced at a later date. Crow's Mortuary, serving the family of James Irwin. Laura K. Hensley Davis passed away April the 12th. Arrangements are incomplete, will be announced later. McMahon's Funeral Home, serving the family of Laura K. Davis. Here is the Bill O'Reilly Report for this morning.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first. Hey, DirecTV viewers, Bill O'Reilly here, inviting you to watch the No Spin News on the First TV every night, 8 p.m. Eastern. The 2024 election coming up fast. Pundits parade from channel to channel, pushing nothing but speculation and their own partisan agenda. All that stops now with me, Bill O'Reilly, on the First TV. So please join me every night, 8 p.m. for the No Spin News on the First TV, DirecTV channel 347. Stand up for your country. On this Friday, it was strange to see Hunter Biden hop off Air Force One in Belfast this week, living large at taxpayer expense. Strange and provocative, because Hunter is under investigation for serious crimes. Of course, the American media underreported this story as they continue to prop up the Biden administration, which needs all the propping it can get. It would be unfair to convict Hunter Biden of anything. He's innocent until proven guilty. But you cannot prove malfeasance if you don't even investigate it. And that is certainly a possibility with the U.S. Justice Department compromised by politics. Anyway, President Biden's decision to take Hunter to Erie is certainly an in-your-face move. As the world becomes more dangerous by the day, it is worth thinking about what is likely to happen. Our enemies will test us over the next year. There is no question in my mind. They see a diminished president of the United States. They see a man who needs a handler, and that's why Hunter Biden went to Ireland. He is doing what Jill Biden usually does, shepherd Mr. Biden around. So Putin, Xi, the Iranian mullahs, they all see this. And again, they are going to test this country over the next year. Back after this. If you are a timeshare owner, you're probably upset that your yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and done in a specific time frame. They're the only company you can trust, having helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So please call Lone Star Transfer 855-551-7066 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
Edward Cash was a hard-working rancher with a wife who lived in the southeastern part of Texas. Although he wasn't necessarily handy with a gun, he was handy with his fists, and his ability to intimidate people was an asset to his ranching business. This was because Cash worked hard at acquiring cattle one at a time from his neighbor's stock. It was virtually impossible to prove Cash as the thief because he was always successful at getting rid of the stolen cattle, and his neighbors really didn't want to confront Cash based on just their suspicions. That is, they didn't want to confront Cash until the evening of April 9, 1894. On this particular evening, Cash's wife was in labor, and the doctor and a couple of women were at his house assisting with the delivery when the door crashed open and 7 armed and masked men entered the room. The masked men tied up Cash and led him outside to an oak tree in his front yard. They threw a rope over the limb. One end of the rope was put around Cash's neck, and they pulled him off the ground. When properly done, hanging a man breaks his neck. When improperly done, it strangles him, and Cash was improperly hanged. Showing the lack of compassion, Cash's neighbors waited until he had died of strangulation, and then each of them put a bullet in him. It's not known what happened to his wife, the doctor, or the 2 midwives, but evidently they chose not to pursue the matter because no one was ever arrested for the lynching. Oh yes, the event caused an end to the stolen cattle in the area. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
15 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. I said Friday, didn't
That's
say
right.
Saturday. April the 14th, one day before my anniversary.
Oh, well.
Me and my wife will be married 28 years tomorrow.
Well, congratulations.
That's a long time to have to put up with me.
That's
I'm
a milestone.
Going first to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department with us is Sergeant King. Sergeant, good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing good. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we're staying as dry as we can on this rainy day.
Yeah, it was pouring pretty hard this morning when I got up about 4:45.
Oh, Lord. Well, Sergeant King, what you have for us today?
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Department has responded to 123 calls for service. There were 11 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 169 people incarcerated. On our incident reports, Simon Licorice from Cherry Mountain Street in Ellenboro reported breaking and entering and larceny after breaking and entering. That's all for the incident reports. On our arrest reports, Jose Mesa from Newhouse Road in Ellenboro was served with warrants for breaking and entering a motor vehicle and misdemeanor larceny. Gracie Thornton from Piney Mountain Church Road in Ellenboro was arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine, received a $1,500 secured bond. Cody Claiborne, listed as homeless, was arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia, received a $2,500 secured bond. Carla Jenkins from Walker Store Road in Ellenboro was served with warrants for possession of methamphetamine, simple possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia, and she received a $2,500 secured bond. Victoria Sprouse from Hines Road in Morrisboro was served with 1 count, failure to appear on misdemeanor, received a $500 secured bond. Haley Logan from Earnhardt Drive in Morrisboro was arrested and served with a warrant for contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile and failure to wear a seatbelt, received a $2,000 secured bond. And Kayla Church from Trinity Church Road in Morrisboro was served with a warrant for driving while license revoked and received a $500 unsecured bond. That's all we have for today.
Officer King, you had a unique name there, Simon Licorice.
Yes, sir.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Don't see that one very often.
I can honestly say in my 51 years here on this planet, or 52 years on this planet Earth, I've never heard of a man named Licorice.
That is definitely not a Rutherford County name.
Nope.
Sergeant King, have a great day. Most of all, be safe.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Sergeant King with the report. Simon Licorice got arrested. I wonder what he did. Did he steal some candy or something? Wouldn't that be the ultimate? We're not.
Let's not go there.
Let's just move on. It's 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Going to 911 Communications after this.
It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road.
18 minutes after 7 o'clock. 56 degrees outside. Cloudy, rainy skies. Got rain expected throughout the day here in the foothills of Western North Carolina. Going to the 911 Communications Center. With us is Emily. Emily, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. What do you have for us this morning?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County 911 Communications has processed 178 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of EMS and rescue had 26 for emergency medical service. Law enforcement, there was 123 for the Sheriff's Office, 22 for Forest City, 9 for Rutherfordton, 2 for Lake Lure, and 32 for Spindale. Fire calls consisted of Cliffside Fire Department responded to 2 fire investigations, Ellenboro Fire Department responded to a fire investigation, Green Hill responded to a motor vehicle collision, and Hudlow responded to a motor vehicle collision, and that's all I have.
Emily, thanks so much for that report, and have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Emily with that report from the Rutherford County 911 Communications Center. Let us know what's happening in the world of communications with the fire, police, rescue, all that good stuff. We'll check in with Ruby Taylor.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield
20 minutes after 7 o'clock, Ruby Taylor from the SDO Fire District is with us this morning. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
Everything going all right today?
I reckon. I hadn't heard anything. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Chris Parton. Today, got a birthday today. And tomorrow, Louise Cole and Ricky Henson. Hope they all have a nice day. And then Sunday, Josh and Jeremy Boone is having birthdays. Hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the legs today. Going to the feet tomorrow and Sunday, and that's all I got.
All right, Ruby, thanks so much. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Ruby Taylor mentioned my buddies, Jeremy and Josh Boone, the Boone brothers, as I call them. Used to play paintball with those two brothers. Mm-hmm. They're brothers. They were born 1 year apart on the same day.
Oh,
can you believe that?
Imagine that.
That's cool.
Pretty
Josh
interesting,
and Jeremy Boone. I think both of them work down at Facebook now. But, oh, yeah, back in the days of paintball, it was the Boone brothers, and we had McDaniel thrown in there and me.
Oh, that used to be a big thing.
That was some good times back then. So if you see Josh and Jeremy out today, just go ahead and wish them an early birthday. Their birthday's coming up on Sunday. Always good to hear names of old friends. 21 minutes after 7 o'clock, continuing our call-around report, we'll head to Lake Lure, check in with Chris Melton.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
7:22 on this Friday, April the 14th. Chris Melton from the Lake Lure, Bills Creek, Rumbling, Bald, all that area up in that way. Chris, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing pretty good. We're gonna make the best of this rainy morning.
Had a good cup of coffee this morning.
That's right. Chris, anything going on up that way?
No, we actually, once again, we've had a good past few days. No calls to report, and happy to say that. So
you must have went house to house up there and said, "Look, y'all don't be starting nothing, okay?
Prevention is key.
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You understand?"
We try.
Well, you keep them all straight up that way. Nothing else. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Curvy roads, I try my best.
That's right.
You're doing a good job, Chris.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Have a good one.
Y'all have a good day.
Bye-bye. Chris Melton from the Lake Lure Bills. You know what I saw yesterday or this morning? The new fad in weddings. Instead of having a big buffet layout, spending all money. Let's say you want to feed, let's say you think 200 people is going to show up to your wedding. Well, only 100 come.
Right.
Well, you've wasted essentially 100 people worth of food. Does that make sense?
I guess.
Well, anyway, now the thing is they got them little charcuterie boards.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you say that, but it's a buffet on a cutting board.
Really?
Take your cutting board out of your kitchen, cut up some ham and cheese and
so each table has their own
little charcuterie boards, and you got your grapes and all on there, and every table's got one of them. So you
wow. That's interesting. Weddings are just getting more interesting, and every.
I don't know where that. Apparently, that's a big, the charcuterie.
I've never heard of it. I don't know. I have no clue.
It's a cutting board. We would say it's a cutting board with food on it.
Huh.
That's what we.
I'll have to search that one out.
But they had to fancify it and call it charcuterie. That's the word. 7:24. We're going to keep going with our call around report. Head to Deverne Upton over in Bostic. Maybe she knows how to say charcuterie, charcuterie, or whatever it's called.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Why not let Andrew Tisdale help you create a game plan for financial success? Call 828-287-9197 and get started today. That's Andrew Tisdale, 828-287-9197.
"25 minutes after 7 o'clock, Deverne Upton over in Bostic says it ain't supposed to rain on a Friday. It ain't supposed to, but it is.
That's right.
Here's one good thing about Fridays at the hospital. I can wear my blue jeans.
Oh, can you?
That's right.
Okay, over here in Bostic, we have 58 degrees. Fire department had no calls. Bostic Lincoln Center will be open from 10 to 1 today. That's right there at the railroad track. Stop in and check that out. Don't forget to go by Whistle Stop Bakery there on Bostic Sunshine Highway and get your bakeries for the weekend. And don't get the four-way stop here in Bostic. It's kind of new to a lot of people, so be real careful there.
I done run
hope everyone has a wonderful day.
I done run that thing twice.
I ran it one time.
Hey, Deverne, let me ask you, what are the hours of the Lincoln Center there? What? I've never been through that before. I'd love to go through that. What are the hours for that?
10 to 1 on Friday and Saturday.
10 to 1 on Friday and
Saturday.
Well, I'm going to make me a stop over there and check that out. I've heard it's really wonderful to
Yeah,
go through.
It is.
All right, Deverne. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, speaking of the Bostic Lincoln Center, what happened on this day in 1865? Do you know?
I have no clue, but can you share it with us?
President Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth at the Ford's Theater, and he died 1 day later.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, it
That'd be
surely
a good
was.
reason to go over there and look at the Lincoln Center, and because that today is an important piece of important date in history of that, the day that Lincoln was shot.
I might just have to load my mama up in the car, and we'll just have to go over there.
Be a good little outing, I would think. A lot of interesting stuff over there. 7:27 on this Friday. It's 57 degrees outside, cloudy skies, rain on and off all day today. We've got some Atlanta Braves baseball coming up this evening. Be their first series against their first game of the series, I should say, against the Kansas City. I guess they're still the Royals. They were when I was a kid. 6:55 airtime, 8:10 first pitch. Braves at Kansas City. That's all straight ahead.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
7:28 on this Friday morning, and Robbie Samuel, he was there the day President Lincoln was shot. He was attended the Ford Theater. He had front row seats, and he was. I think you'd stepped out to the concession stand at that point, hadn't you?
Yeah, I was a little hungry that night. If I would have been in there, it wouldn't have never happened.
That's right. I had to go get some popcorn and jujubes.
That's right. That's exactly right. But I tell you what, though, y'all admit to running all these stop signs over there. You might ought to keep your mouth shut.
I know it. I was thinking the same thing, but hey, I wasn't going to say a word because I did run it one time too.
Oh, I'll say, listen, I won't put you on the radio anymore if you give me a ticket.
That's right.
Wonder how far that'll get me. Absolutely nowhere.
No, and then you'll call them the next day and say, "How are you doing this morning?"
That's right. After they bail me out of jail, well, they could just bring me a phone to the jail there. I could just do it from in there.
There you go.
It don't matter.
Yeah, see, you done got it figured out now.
Now listen, all you deputies out there, listen to me. I didn't run any stop signs. I'm just saying I did.
You just wanted to sound like an outlaw.
That's right.
You wanted to be like Jesse James. That's what it is.
Jesse James that runs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But, well, with the fire departments, Ruston, we had a call through the night, but it was a medical call, and Hudlow had a motor vehicle crash yesterday evening. And other than that, that was quiet on the fire department end. The movie is Wall-E for Movie in the Parks, but they did cancel it. And I don't know the rescheduled date just yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let y'all know. So... But other than that, it's Friday, and we're here, and tomorrow's Saturday. We can have a good weekend.
Robbie, there's a store that opened, the first store was opened by this man in 1902. The store was called the Golden Rule. That was his first store. The store went on to reach mainstream success, even heard of today. Any idea who that might be?
Bobby Hodge.
James Cash Penny. J.C. Penney opened his first store, called it the Golden Rule, opened that today in 1902.
Wow,
went on to be J.C. Penney. Everybody's heard of J.C. Penney.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that Bob, who'd you say, Bob Hodge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he had some stock in it.
He probably did.
He was probably there for the ribbon cutting.
I think he was. He talks about it a little bit every once in a while. No, I'm just kidding. But no, is there any JCPenney stores still open? I mean,
I think
I don't know. I know
there are some in the malls. Yeah,
I think there's a few JCPenney still open. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that, so now we know.
Now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
That's it.
That's from my G.I. Joe days back in the 80s.
Well, at least you know. Some of us don't know.
Robbie, hope you have a wonderful day and have an even better weekend. And if nothing else, we'll talk to you again on Monday.
I hope you do as well, and we'll find that sunshine hopefully by tomorrow. How's that?
That's right. Thanks, Robbie. Have a good one.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Robbie Samuel with the Mount Vernon Fire District. He always a chuckle out of Robbie. Good fella to talk to. All of our reporters are great people to talk to. We appreciate them doing that for us every morning right here. You might not think it's a big deal, but these people got to be up a little early.
Well, that's true.
A lot of them's retired. They don't want to get up.
Yep, but they do that, and thank you so much for taking the time to do that with us.
You know what we should do? We should start calling Jim. See if he's up.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Wake him up out of his slumber.
Yeah.
See what he's doing. Yeah.
We need a report from Sandy Mush.
What do y'all think about that? Y'all think we should give Jim a call? You ought to call us last night. Give Jim a call. Once a week. We don't want to bug him too much. Once a week, just look in, call Jim. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Be good to hear a familiar voice, won't it? That's right. 33 minutes after 7 o'clock, we're continuing our call-around report. We'll check in with Sue Price over in the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District, and we'll do that after you hear this.
Let me brag on Hutchins Pest Control a minute. Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service may be the reason they keep getting voted best pest control. If you have a pest problem, call this family-run business at 287-5171. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control and be sure the job is done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171 and they'll be right there.
It sure did.
Sue Price, 7:30. I about said 7:20. 27 minutes before 8, 7:33. Rain. Lord, Sue's got the rain valve over there. She's going to turn it off for us if she could. Sue, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I hope y'all are.
I washed my tongue this morning. Can't do a thing with it.
Well, it happens sometimes.
That's right. So what you got going on over there for us?
Well, I didn't have any calls from the fire department, so that's a good thing. And my only birthdays today are on Fairview's calendar, and for Seth Hollifield and Kayla Highsmith. So I hope they'll have a good day, and we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And in my announcements, the Golden Valley Church is having community Bible study on Tuesday nights. It started this past Tuesday, and it's on the book of Revelation. So if you're interested in that, everyone is welcome. It's for the community, and anybody is welcome to come for that. And the speaker is Tom Elkins, Pastor Tom Elkins. The Golden Valley Community Club will be having a fundraiser April 22nd from 8 to 2 p.m. And let's see, you can rent a space for a yard sale, outside yard sale for $10. If you want more information on that, you can call 828-748-0704. And the club will be having sausage, liver mush biscuit breakfast from 8 to 10:30, and a hot dog and hamburger lunch from 11 to 1:30. And that's for donations only. The proceeds go to the club for, I don't know what they're going to use it for. I hadn't really heard, but they've really done a lot of work on the community building there. It's really nice now. The rain date for that is April 29th, so look forward to that. Everybody come on out and support the community club. And so far, I guess that's the only announcement I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way. Looking for a good weekend. And did you say you had an anniversary coming up tomorrow?
I do. I've got me and Karen will at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be married 28 years tomorrow.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I don't see how in the world you put up with me that long.
Well, I was going to say that, but
Oh, I admit it. I freely admit it.
Yeah.
We'll let him say it.
We'll let him say it.
We'll disagree with him, won't we? All right. right, y'all have a good weekend.
Thanks, Sue. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. In 1912, guess what happened? I can't say nothing about it, and you'll know exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Ship, iceberg.
Yep. The whole world knows.
I mean, that's all you need to give. That's right. On this date back in 1912, the RMS Titanic, on its maiden voyage, struck an iceberg, and it essentially it ended up sinking on April 15th. It was kind of a late night travel-in kind of thing, so the Titanic actually hit the iceberg late on April the 14th, ended up sinking on April the 15th, and was found. You remember when that TV special came on when James Cameron?
Yep.
That found the Titanic and the pictures and all that?
No, that was Robert Ballard.
Oh, Robert Ballard.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. James Cameron, what did he? He's a writer. Anyway, he did the movie. 7:37 on this Friday morning. We're continuing our call around report. Phones are ringing. We'll go speak with Tina White after this.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford.
38 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning, or you could say it's 22 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock, and we're going to find ourselves in the Shingle Hollow community with Tina White. Tina, good morning.
Good morning, Todd and Tracy.
How are you doing? Tracy had to go answer the phone. She'll be back in here in just a minute.
Well, I am doing pretty good on this Friday morning. It's my type of day. It's cloudy. It's been raining. There was even some thunder and lightning this morning.
Oh yeah, I woke up this morning and it was just a long roll of thunder, and that sounded so beautiful. Oh, it was so beautiful. I could have just went on back to sleep, but then my alarm clock woke me up and reminded me I had to get up and go.
I had just opened the door to look out, and a big streak of lightning went across the sky, and I thought, well, I think I'll close it back up. I guess it's around 5:30, something to 6 this morning. But right now, it's not raining. It's clear. Well, it's partly cloudy, but I don't see any immediate rain. Like I said, 57 degrees. And the fire department is so thankful this week. They're blessed. There have not been any calls, and we want to keep it that way. For birthdays, I have Miss Holly Knight today. Tomorrow is Angie Searcy. And for anniversaries, tomorrow, for you and your wife, happy anniversary. And then on Sunday, David and Danette Brewer. So they have a wonderful anniversary.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
I've had one more week. Our water pump has been messed up this week, and my husband has worked on it Tuesday. I've had to carry gallons of water in and out and do things the hard way. It makes you more grateful for when turning on the tap and having some water.
Yep.
But hopefully, well, he thought he had it fixed yesterday. Went to Shelby after work, picked up a switch. Yeah. And then last night, I thought, well, I'm going to take a bath, and it went right back off. So
I had a water problem several years ago, and I had to end up digging a whole new well, and that was costly.
Whew. Well, I don't think it's our well. I think it's the pump.
Yeah.
That.
Do y'all have an above ground pump or an in ground pump?
Above ground.
Oh yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, those are at least those are easy to work on.
Right. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there, and I will talk to you Monday.
All right. Thanks so much, Tracy. Tina, have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Tina with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District, and we'll move over and check with Brenda Kelly after this.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
742, Brenda Kelly, Union Mills. How you doing, Brenda?
I'm just fine on this fabulous Friday morning.
Fabulous
Rainy.
Friday. Supposed to be a rainy day all day today, but we can make the most of it anyway.
That's exactly right. But hope everybody's doing good. I've got 52 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays, any anniversaries. I don't know of anything going on, but I want to send my Christian love and sympathy out to Joan McCallum and the loss of her husband Dick. That was my Sunday school teacher.
Yeah.
I hated Dad. I didn't know when. I've been asking people when's the funeral or when's the memorial service, and I didn't know till you told it this morning.
Yep.
So I was glad you told that.
Yep. We don't have time in the mornings to do the complete information, but all the complete information of that can be heard at 11:40 like we normally do. Lou Gillum provides all the complete information for that.
Well, that's good. But I don't know of anything going on except you said you liked thunder and lightning, right?
I do actually. Yeah, I like
don't.
thunder and lightning. I'm the one that usually goes out and stands out in the yard and watches the clouds go over and gather, and I love that.
My husband used to do that, and I'd say, "You're just daring the Lord to strike you." I said,
Yeah.
"Get in his house."
Well, it's one of the things. If the Lord's going to key with a bolt of lightning, He's going to do it in the yard or he's going to do it in the house. Either one. So.
Yeah, but there's more of a chance of it being out in the yard. He said, "You're supposed to respect him. You're not supposed to run it."
This is true. Yeah. I'm gonna get to heaven. God's gonna be like, "You remember that time you stand out in the yard? You need to get. I almost struck you right there."
But I don't like the lightning. The thunder don't really bother me, but the lightning I don't like. No.
Yeah.
But I don't know of anything going on, so I guess you better go to Ellenborough and check on Luther Sweet Thing and see if he's doing all right.
I'll do it, Brenda. Thanks so much.
Okay. Catch you later.
Bye-bye. Brenda Kelly with that report from the Union Mills Fire District, and we will check in with Luther Gillikin after these words.
It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
7:45. Luther Gillikin on the phone with us this morning. Luther, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, you two. I'm doing great. Hope you are.
Doing pretty good. Well,
it's quiet at this point right now. City Fire Department, they had one medical call, and they had one fire investigation. It turned out to be a controlled burn. Then they had one power line down, but they're quiet right now. Everything's peaceful with them. Everything's peaceful everywhere down here this morning. Just people just trying to get their sandwich, their coffee, and head on out to work. So, then else going on down here. We want to remind everybody the big yard sale coming up first Saturday in May. Set up in your yard. You don't want to set up in your yard, come on out on Depot Street and set up out there or somewhere. And it has to be the first Saturday in May. And nothing else happening down here. You have a great day up there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Luther. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
All right, take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenborough Fire District. That wraps up our call-around report for this Friday morning. Let me tell you about the Be Do Tell Caswell Youth Team has an upcoming event that will be held at the Foundation Performing Arts Center over at Isothermal Community College. It'll be April the 23rd from 5 until 7 p.m. Doors open at 4 for pizza. It's over 823,000 teens live in North Carolina, and only 4% of them profess to be Christians. Our goal is to equip the students and the youth ministries across the state to be, do, and tell. Be a Christian, do discipleship, and tell others. For more information, you can contact the Green River Baptist Association at 828-286-9278, or you can send them an email at grba@bellsouth.net.
Get the freedom to go anywhere. Unlock your next adventure with a great deal from Carolina West Wireless. Right now, save $400 on iPhone series smartphones and go anywhere with the best wireless experience on our fast, reliable nationwide network. Get a free month of service on us when you choose our premium unlimited rate plan. Adventure is waiting. Get great savings on the device you want to unlock what's next and go stay connected. See store for details or visit carolinawest.com/terms and conditions. Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires June 30th, 2023.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
I misspoke earlier on something that happened here. Mr. Licorice, I think I said something that he may have got arrested for stealing candy. That was just a lighthearted joke by me. Meant no offense to that. I apologize for Mr. Licorice. He was not arrested at all. Didn't get arrested for anything. He may have filed a police report. Don't know what it was, but he was mentioned on our sheriff's report. I do apologize for saying that. That was my mistake. I take full responsibility for that. And I do apologize to Mr. Licorice for any confusion that may have been caused by that. He has not been arrested for anything. Let me tell you about a fine place to go and eat. How about that? Granny B's is the headquarters for those delicious donuts, orange twist, long johns, cream-filled donuts, or just a traditional glazed donut. You can enjoy a delicious fresh sub sandwich, or if you don't want the bread, get a salad instead. For birthdays, showers, or any occasion, call on Granny B's for their delicious cakes or pinafores. Open Tuesday through Friday 9 until 7. Saturday 9 until 6, closed Monday. Call them at 828-286-9012, located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. That's Granny B's. Birthdays or anniversaries, if you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, give me a call at 287-3356. We'll put all the people that have been called into the radio station into a drawing, and that winner will receive a cupcake courtesy of the Whistle Stop Bakery over in Boston.
In an NCAA cross-country championship held in California, 123 of the 128 runners missed a turn. One competitor, Mike DeCavo, stayed on the 10,000-meter course and began waving for fellow runners to follow him. DeCavo was able to convince only 4 other runners to go with him. Asked what his competitors thought of his mid-race decision not to follow the crowd, DeCavo responded, "They thought that it was funny that I went the right way." DeCavo was one who ran correctly. In the same way, our goal is to run correctly, to finish the race marked out for us. The Apostle Paul said, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." Not only do we want to stay on course ourselves, but we also want to help others stay on the course. We can rejoice over those who have the courage to follow, ignoring the laughter of the crowd. Today you will be faced with running the right course. There may be some around you who will laugh and sneer when you don't go their way, but don't let the laughter and jesting cause you to miss your turns. Your goal is to finish your race on course. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
Happy birthday.
Didn't have any birthdays called into the radio station here, but we've got a backup plan. We'll go back in history to some famous people that were born on this day. 1932, Loretta Lynn was born. Everybody knows who Loretta Lynn is. 1941, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. He was born today. 1960, Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond. He played Raymond's brother. 1966, Dave Justice and Greg Maddux were both born on the same day. What's so important about that? They were both Atlanta Braves. 1977, Sarah Michelle Gellar was born. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that's right. Events that happened on this day in 1611, the word telescope is used for the first time by Prince Federico Sessi. The first American dictionary registers its copyright for publication on this day in 1828. 1836, the territory of Wisconsin is formed. The first detective story published, Murders in the Rue Morgue by Edgar Allan Poe, was published today, 1841. 1865, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln is shot by John Wilkes Booth. He dies a day later. 1894, the first public showing of a kinetoscope. That's Moving Pictures by Thomas Edison. 1902, James Cash Penney opens his first store. The Golden Rule goes on to become the J.C. Penney store. And in 1912, the RMS Titanic hits an iceberg and sinks in the early morning hours of April the 15th. Now you're up to date on this day in history.